Stories.
PSA, your breath is worse in the winter. Straight up. If you're already imagining it, maybe you're doing something about it. The worst is when someone doesn't know. I'm sure we've all actually been there. It's like cutting someone off in traffic. We get mad when someone does it to us, but we forget sometimes we've accidentally done it to other people. Sometimes we're like, man, their breath stinks. And we don't know when it's us that also has a stinky breath.
So why the winter more, though?
Thanks for asking, Amy. Blame it on a couple things. In the winter, over-dried rooms because of the heat that we don't really know. We're just trying to be warm. That decreases the production of saliva, and saliva flushes a lot of things in your mouth. They say drink, not water. Water's not going to help a ton, but something like tea, or just be more aware of it. Oh. So, no, not a lot of H's. Hi, how are you? Speak
Back up a little bit.
They do say you can drink tea because tea helps a lot, but I don't live in London, so screw tea. Once I went to London, worst tea I ever had.
What?
It's terrible. It's
You
not
have
sweet.
the best.
It's not sweet.
Flavor.
It's not sweet.
I know they grow up on it there, and it's their thing, and that's really cool and good for them. Growing up, for me, we had a lot of chicken livers. We ate raccoon. You know, there are things that we ate that other people would not eat, and other people, even in the States, would be like, you did what? I get it. But I'm going to tell you, went to London once, worst tea I ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
You asked him for a sweet tea?
Oh, yeah, that's
I don't
what
wanna
you're
be
comparing it
disrespectful.
to. Then that's very different.
Even like tea here, I don't like tea that's not sweet anyway.
Yeah.
Say what you say. I'm from the South. My grandma made the best sweet tea, but I didn't even ask for it. But even tea here that's not sweet is okay. But, gross. A mom was surprised to see a man who broke into her home 15 years ago at a school orientation with his own child. Imagine that. You go in and, hey, look, there's the burglar. The burglar at the house. That's wild. So recently, they say it was one of the worst reunions, and she confronted the man. 15 years earlier, he committed a crime against her. And again, he's at school with his kid. And so, quote, 15 years ago, an intoxicated man broke into my home in the middle of the night, kicked my dog, took my keys, tried to steal my car before being apprehended by my then boyfriend. So she knows who it is. The police captured him. She was injured. Somebody breaks in and you get hurt from it. First of all, you're like, thank God I didn't get killed, but that's traumatizing forever. Like, I've had my house broken into, and I still am super concerned about it. And the house break-in was over 10 years ago. Imagine if there was an injury and somebody like attacked you. So now she knows who the guy is. She goes to school and she's like, all right, here's your bag, here's your lunch thing, and okay, look. Oh my God, there's the burglar.
Oh yeah, she probably instantly starts to feel it's like upsetting her body internally, and now she has to see him even more because their kids are at school together.
You wonder what he does now, if like he's reformed.
Yeah, maybe.
I would assume if he's at school with his kid on a kid-dad thing, he's probably made some right decisions, because not a lot of extreme wrong decision parents are in the lives of their kids or going to school things with their kids.
Right.
So you hope that's the case, but how wild is that? You go and that's what you see. That's from the New York Post. Experts say to avoid hugging. Amen.
Why?
I'm in. Never been in more.
No, hugs are good.
I hate hugs. From Gen Pop. I don't want a hug from Gen Pop. But if you're going to, what they say is like an office party, the best rule of thumb, keep your hands to yourself. 2 reasons. 1, everybody's sick. And the reason people are sick is because everybody's inside more because it's cold. It's not that when it gets cold, there are generally more illnesses, but what happens is it's able to transfer because everybody's closer together because everybody's not outside. You're in a room. And then 2, some people, when you drink, you hug a little lower and inappropriate and longer.
Oh, yeah.
From Monster.com. With that story, I don't like to be hugged unless there is an absolute hugging reason, because I like to save my hugs. I like them to be special. Sometimes there's like a guy that does sales. I see him at the mall, and he's like, what up? Give me a hug. I'm like, I don't hug you at work. Why am I hugging you at the mall?
Because it's like weird to see someone out at the mall in the wild.
And weird is not why I hug, for the record.
Well, it's special.
It's not special. It's weird. Novel even. I'm not a hugger unless it's time to hug. And then I love hugging, but I want to make sure that matters. I don't want people to think if I see somebody that I kind of know somewhere in the general, that's, oh, hey, give me a hug, I will back away and like talk from a little more of a distance. What's up?
Oh, that's awkward.
It's okay. I don't want to hug. Or I'll come out, or I'll charge them with fist out. Like, just from the beginning. So they know the hug is not in play. My arm is fully extended, probably earlier than it should be. But that means I've decided we're going to do fists. Because we're not really there to hug.
Has anyone ever sideswiped the fist and give you a hug anyway?
No, not the side swipe because that would be hilarious, and I would respect that. I would respect that, even if it's the sales guy at the mall.
Like, get that out of
If
here.
he knocks
give me
the
a
fist
hug.
out, I'm going to laugh and go like, that's a solid move.
And so then he deserves a hug.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
But no, not the side swipe. But sometimes people will come up and I won't see them too close and just be like, what? And they're already half grabbing. And I'm not going to like, get off me. I'm not going to do that. I'll just kind of do it one tap hug. Like okay. I hate hugging people that I don't love or that I'm not trying to comfort or congratulate. That's it. That's my list. Love, comfort, or congratulate. If you don't hit those three, I don't want to hug you. If you do, I really want to hug you. Like, I can't wait. I want it to be special. There you go. Thank you. Doctor reveals the terrifying reason you should never hold gas in your stomach.
Let's hear it.
Because well, this is not for you to hear because you don't have to worry about this because I feel like you push it. He's like, he doesn't even want it to exist in his stomach. If you're feeling gassy, let it out because it could end up in your mouth.
Ooh,
What?
That's bad breath.
The volume of gas can stretch the delicate tissues in the rectum, leading to serious digestive diseases, number one. But the other is, and I quote, a fart is a gas. It's a chemical. It's a bunch of chemicals. And when you hold it, there's a percentage of that fart vapor that will diffuse through the walls of the colon and go into the bloodstream. And it could be that some of that vapor could be in your mouth,
Wow.
which could also be why your breath stinks from number one.
It's not good.
I know.
Yeah, guys, so I'm on to something.
So fart breath could be they just are holding it and being nice. And you never thought about that, did you? You never thought about, fart breath might just be him holding it and being nice.
Oh, man.
And then finally, for 100 years, this restaurant's been frying burgers in the same grease. Amy, I want an instant reaction.
That sounds disgusting.
On the surface, to me, too. Again, I don't know enough about cooking, but it sounds interesting once I read it. Dyer's Burgers in Memphis, Tennessee has been frying its patties in the same grease since 1912.
No.
Because I don't think there's an expiration on grease.
Yeah, no. So my dad, whenever he would cook, he would always pour the grease into a mason
My grandma,
jar
too. Yep,
and keep
same
it
thing.
and just keep reusing it. So
1912 is a long time, though.
I said
However,
that's a
Over
very long
100
time.
years.
they claim it's the secret to their flavor-packed burgers.
Mm-hmm.
The restaurant's founder, Elmer Doc Dyer, relied on a special seasoning to win over the customers at first. However, the turning point came when a cook forgot to change the grease, and a customer declared the next day, best burger I ever had. That grease, referred to as century grease, has been carefully strained and seasoned ever since. It's the same molecules from 1912. Despite what might sound appetizing, unappetizing, customers embrace the tradition. He ensures that the grease isn't running out, and he goes to 1,000 pounds of beef weekly, ensuring their century-old tradition continues to delight burger lovers. That's from Oddity Central. I would think that because this is something that exists and the story is out there and people know, that the groups that come and check restaurants and do inspections, it has to be okay health-wise.
Yeah, I
The
would
health
check
inspection?
that number on the
Yeah, it's not like
the
he
wall.
hasn't allowed an employee to wash their hands since 1912.
Right.
That would be different.
No, and you're getting new grease every time that they're adding to the old grease, and it's probably eventually turning over.
Maybe a bit, but some still could be the 1912 grease.
Yeah.
And even if he's lying, it's a great thing because now I'm kind of interested. I'm like, I'd like to taste that burger from 1912. You know who ate that same grease? Who's that? The Wright brothers. Oh, my God. The first guys to fly? That's right. That's your news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Dustin Lynch and Jelly Roll. Here's Chevrolet. Bobby Bone Show. Hey, call us if you want.
Bobby Bones Show.
Rarely does the news affect me. They just found something. I think they found my ancestors. I'm not kidding. We'll talk about that in a second. Secondly, Raymundo tried to buy clothes from a celebrity, and I would understand if it were somebody like old, because I love memorabilia. It wasn't memorabilia. He tried to buy clothes from a celebrity to wear, like every day. And I laughed out loud. And he's not doing it to be funny. We will talk about that and your calls. 877-77-Bobby. Call us. Boom, we're back. I'm going to go Zach Morris
Oh, good.
from Saved by the Bell. Amy?
I'll go Walter White.
Now, Amy, since you went last in the first round, you could go first in the second round.
Rachel Green.
Will Smith and the Fresh Prince.
Ooh, good one.
Raymundo.
Never seen the show, heard it's great. Kramer.
From Seinfeld.
Yep.
All right, Morgan, who are you adding to your team with Chandler Bing?
Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls.
Lunchbox, who are you adding to your team? Michael Scott and
Tony Soprano.
Lunchbox, you'll go first the third round.
Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory.
Morgan?
Oh, I'm between two and I can't decide. Superman.
Raymundo?
Barney.
Did you post you and a girl?
I did.
Okay.
At hard launch.
Yeah. I thought so. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know if that was like friends only, if I remember correctly, or the world.
No, that was the world. Yeah.
Girlfriend? So girlfriend?
Yeah. Her name's Casey, and she's pretty cool. Mom likes her. Aunt Sheila likes her. Jamise likes her. So, I got the approval from everybody.
And how long has this been an official thing?
Not that long. I mean, a matter of months. But I feel like there's like anytime it's like a long distance thing, things get sped up, because you're seeing each other, then you're not. You're seeing each other, then you're not. But yeah, she is a civil and environmental engineer, and she got one question wrong on her SAT.
Dang.
Yeah, so I don't know I'm the question she got wrong on her SAT.
I'll let the joke breathe, but I will also. So I think you're one of the smartest. Aside from music, you're one of the smartest musical guys I know. Meaning, had you not chosen this, you could have been whatever you wanted. Even in you could have been in politics. I immediately think less of you if blank. If there's a lack of acknowledgement to a server or someone that's doing, any sort of table waiting, register, service job. Amy, you want to go?
Yeah, when you don't.
Me?
No, not you. When someone
Go ahead.
just leaves their grocery cart in the parking lot, they don't return it to the little cubby that's in the parking lot or take it all the way back into the store.
Okay. Eddie?
If you drive fast in my neighborhood,
That's a good
I
one.
mean, we're not going to be friends.
Lunchbox, you?
Yeah. If you don't like sports,
So you like someone less if they don't like sports?
yeah. Like if I start talking to someone and they're like, "Oh yeah, I don't really follow sports." Oh,
Morgan?
Mine's if you don't like animals. Like if somebody says to me, I don't like dogs, I don't like cats,
Yeah, who's that?
if they can't empathize with animals, anything on that level.
We have somebody that wants to spill the tea on the voice changer.
I saw something this past weekend that made me feel so sad. I saw Lunchbox's wife all by herself in the Las Vegas airport. She said that Lunchbox made her book a different flight than him. I'm sensing a pattern here because when he flew to Atlanta, he made her drive while he flew there. It's so insensitive. I don't understand why he's doing that.
You made her fly by herself?
yeah. On the way home,
Why?
because the plane ticket that on my ticket it was more expensive, and so if she left earlier in the morning, it was a lot cheaper.
So it wasn't her idea, though?
No,
And she wanted to fly back with you?
yeah, she was like, "Well, why don't we just use your miles,
Your points. Yeah,
And I was
you have
like,
Southwest
"Whoa,
points
whoa,
for
whoa,
sure.
no! Those are for."
Those are for what? That's exactly what it's for.
And what did you do while you stayed in Vegas a couple hours?
Oh man, I watched football, the sports book. I played some roulette. I mean,
Oh, so you had a day. You sent her back early with the kids and you had a day. Why are you upset?
because I get no respect around here, and I don't know if the bosses do this on purpose, if this is them sending a message. But every year we stay at the Aria, which is a nice, beautiful hotel, and so this year I get my confirmation that says you're at MGM Park, and I'm like, what? Why am I downgraded to MGM Park.
Is that a downgrade though?
Yeah, we stayed there
That's
before.
that's
And I hit up Amy. I said, "Where are you at?" She goes, "Aria."
I'm
I'm
at
like,
Aria.
Bobby's at Aria, and I'm like, "Oh, so everybody's at Aria."
I'm at MGM Park.
See, there you go.
Why are we two at
So you
MGM?
got downgraded too?
Yeah, what's going? Why?
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know that's
Oh,
higher.
I think that is.
Bro, that's 4 seasons versus Days In, man.
It's not.
No, it is.
It's literally not.
Not MGM Bones. Park MGM.
It's different.
It's
It's
behind-
not a
by the
parking lot.
garage.
It's not. It's a nice place.
No.
Hey,
No, you're not gonna get it. Never gonna.
all right, Ashley, see if you can go 2 for 2. 37% of people, so a little over a third, regularly do this at the dinner table. Now, if I were to compare it to 20 years ago, only 10% did.
Watch a show?
Okay, Lunchbox.
Watch TV.
Okay, so you got two TVs.
Interesting.
Those are both wrong.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to Eddie and Morgan now. She did pick you. Morgan, you're first. What do you have?
I had to put your elbows on the table.
Okay. As in manners or less and less?
Yeah, because nobody's really doing manners anymore.
That's right. Manners are so
interesting.
passe. Okay, Eddie.
Oh my goodness. What in the world?
It's true.
I think people are trying to be a little healthier, therefore they are Googling calories.
Oh, both are interesting. Both
At
are
the
wrong.
dinner
Both
table?
are wrong. Amy, you go.
The Bobby Bone Show. Everybody roll. Yeah.
Okay, so scientists have introduced, and I feel heard, and I feel seen. Scientists have introduced what they believe may be a new ancient human species, the Julurian, or the large head people.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow, that could be you.
It literally can be me. I'm telling you, and you guys can get your laughs in. My mom had to cut slits in my shirt until I was like 8 years old so my head could fit through the shirt of a kid. Otherwise, I remember having shirts that were adult extra large that I would wear without slits as an 8-year-old because my head would fit through. My mom had got The Police shirt from a yard sale, the band, and it was massive. It was like a dress, but my head fit through the shirt without cutting it, and I wore it everywhere. I wore it all the time because it didn't make me feel stupid. Because no other kids had to cut holes in their shirts. Imagine going to school with slits cut in your shirt.
Your head was that
My
big?
head was that big. Not only that, I had an eye that didn't work. Everything was going wrong.
Yeah.
Finally, my people, the Jalurans.
Did they have bad eyes too?
I don't know about that. I think
Oh.
that's something different. But so these paleoanthropologists claim that the Jaluran, formerly named Homo jaluinus, possess significantly large heads and brains. I didn't know the brains part. I'll take that.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
unique traits that could dramatically alter our understanding of human evolution. They used to do impressions of me, like bullies would, where they'd put their hood up on their jacket and fill it with paper wads and walk around going, "I'm Bobby."
Really?
It sucked. Like that kind of gives me like one of those yucky feelings, like real quick. And I don't have it now because they suck, and I make more money than them now, so suck it. You know, I showed you. But they used to it was awful. I hated it.
Okay, I mean, I'm looking at the skulls, and they are rather large.
Yeah.
But you're right, dude. The brains are bigger too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually the case with me. I hope it is. I think I remember one of the greatest moments. It's all flashing back to me now, like stuff. And I don't want it to all be like Bobby was bullied. But yeah, the big head thing was tough for me because my head, I've grown into it mostly now, but we measured our heads on the show, and mine's still bigger than everybody's on the show by far.
But you've definitely grown into it.
Thank you
more.
very much. Yeah, it's a lot of curls.
Like your body has
Yes.
caught up to your head.
Yes.
Curls and squats. So, and I've also just become an adult. And I also feel bad for my mom. Can you imagine me ripping out of that with this head? It's like, it's a head. Oh my God. Is there I was a caricature that they draw at the theme park the first 10 years of my life. Humongous head, little bitty body. Okay, but it's not all bullying. The paper wad thing did get me though. Oof. However, I remember in first grade, they came and they pulled me out of class. And there was only a couple times I ever got pulled out of class when I was young. A couple of them were for head lice. That's like too. Let's not talk about that trauma. Oh, because they'd do the sticks in your head, and then they'd leave and they'd call you out one by one. And everybody knew who you got called out. You had to go home because you had head lice. Then you were a dirty kid. But I was already dirty, so there was no difference. They just knew. That one sucked. However, they called me out and they said, "Hey, we're going to put you in this special class." And I remember thinking, like that they were protecting me from like getting picked on. And they were like, "No, it's GT. And I was like, what's that? They were like gifted and talented. And I was like, really? And that was like, I have a theory about it. One, I do think I was a bit blessed. I have a different superpower. Everybody has their own superpowers. I think pretty quick. I was great at school, great at standardized ACT, all that. I was naturally pretty gifted at that. Couldn't run fast, couldn't fight. A lot of that stuff. Yeah,
Julian blood.
Maybe that's what it was. I was super Julian. But I remember they put me in this GT class, and I felt for the first time like I was with people like me. It was pretty cool. It was the only time. I think it was of the Jularians when I think back.
Mm-hmm.
Their heads weren't as big, but I think they kind of came from the same.
So y'all all originated from Asia?
I think we're all Asian Jularians. I think back about that class, though, and I think even if you would have put a kid, and it could, this is an environment thing. You know, I'm a big person of you are your environment, the environment you put yourself in, the environment you're born in. You can have strengths that come from those, even if you decide to leave that environment. I think if you take a kid that maybe doesn't even qualify for GT, but you put them in a class like that and you say, you are smart, I think they then will start to believe it and be it.
Oh, I totally agree with that.
To a certain level.
Yeah,
right?
And the same is true for if a child suddenly starts to feel like they are less than and not capable and not smart, they totally are capable and smart, that's the story they start living.
And again, I think there are ceilings and floors on this, meaning you can't take a dodo and be like, hey, you are the smartest person in the world. You're in this class, and then they end up being the smartest person in the world. I think there's a ceiling, but I think it absolutely affects a kid and could lift them substantially. Because a lot of times we just don't even reach our potential regardless of what our potential is. And for me, when I was put in that class, and this isn't a flex because all of us Jularians have massive brains. When I was put in that class, I remember being like, and I rarely happy now. Not sad, but rarely happy. I remember being happy like, oh, I have something. That's nice. Because I didn't have a whole lot of stuff except stuff people everything was from a yard sale, that kind of stuff. I love it now. Great. Happy it all happened to me because it makes me who I am today. As a kid, that's tough. But now that I know it's the Jularians, I want to go back to my ancient land and see where we grew up and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I want to do one of those trips.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though.
Could you see that? Someone's like, I'm Irish. I'm going to go to Ireland and see where. Dude, let's go to Eastern Asia and see where the Julurians had, the large head people. So, but I do think that in all seriousness, if you take someone and you put them in a place, and in this place you tell them, hey, you're really great at this, I think it does make them better because they believe it. And if you do that consistently, I think anything consistent. Consistency is the hardest thing in the world. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Consistency is the hardest thing in the world to do. And you do that consistently, that kid, that worker, that whomever will be better because they'll start to believe it. And if you believe it, then things happen naturally. But also, like Amy said, if you do the opposite to somebody and you continue to say, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, they're going to start to believe they're no good. And you know what's going to happen? They're not going to be good.
Yeah, and I would say for me, my experience in school, because I had ADHD and I was very distracted and I was very social and talked a lot, there were moments from teachers where I got that I wasn't capable. And I don't know that they repeated it to me over and over, but I have two specific instances from teachers where I recall that they were clearly indicating that I was not capable. So then I told myself that story over and over and over.
Of the Jularians?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, it doesn't mean that someone else has to say it to you so much because once it's said it to you, even just once, if you keep saying it to yourself over and over, then that's where it can become a problem.
Yeah, because you say it to yourself because others say it so much. So
Yep.
it just starts to be the conversation that you have because it's the one had with you.
And the good news is you can rewire it and start telling yourself the other way. It may take, 20 years when you're late 30s and 40s, but you'll get it figured out.
I hate that for you because I think there was also just a lack of education about certain things like ADD, ADHD. Everybody's smart in different ways, even for dyslexic kids and friends.
We learned I had that too.
Yeah.
So there were things against me that that's probably why when she came on and then Eddie and I we all took the test and she said, oh, I think Amy and Eddie they're on the spectrum for dyslexia. That's why I got so emotional. It was because suddenly certain things just made sense that if I had the tools and resources, I think school would have been very, very different for me.
I think if we'd have had the education on what that, and this could be 100 different things we're speaking of now. There are things now we don't even know that we'll say the same thing about in 10 years. But I think if it would have just been, hey, you learn differently, because I think a lot of kids, we'll just do kids only, who suffer from many learning disabilities. We later learn they're not disabilities. What they are just they need a different way to be taught and communicated with, right?
Mm-hmm. Their brain process is so different.
That they're actually smarter or as smart as everybody else in the room, but because they're told they're not, then they start to believe it, which leads to early choices on career paths, on if you want to go to college, when, what you want to do with your life, what you think you're capable of. Like, all that matters. And both Eddie and Amy, both dyslexic. You could have been president.
We could have been.
Yeah.
But school was so hard for us.
Well, people told you were stupid the whole time.
Yeah.
And what else do you have, Eddie? You have a
dyscalculia too. So I had a double whammy, man.
Oh, man.
And ED.
No, I don't have ED.
Oh, never mind. I got that confused. I thought you had that too.
You might.
That's my bad. My bad on that one. Anyway, I feel seen and heard, and I like that. And I'm going to have to make a trip now to see my friends.
They lived 300,000 years ago.
Well, maybe there's some remaining.
You're telling me this isn't like Angels and Demons or with the bloodline? They, and false, but the whole book and the movie was, again, it's fiction. A lot of it's fiction based on the Mona Lisa and Da Vinci, where like there was a bloodline of Jesus, and they were looking for that person. I don't want to spoil it in case you didn't see it 100 years ago. But I think I could be one of the descendants of the Julurians. I need to find who their leader was.
Mm-hmm. What if you're the leader?
What if I was? Oh, my goodness. I'm having a good day today, boys. I learned something new. This is really exciting me. Okay, we'll grab some calls. We'll be back.
The Morning Show's official YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Bobby Bones Show, and subscribe today.
Bobby Bones.
% have
100?
100%.
Lunchbox?
I guarantee I have the answer. Like, I nailed it.
Lunchbox, what'd you put?
Cracked phone.
That's
Cracked
a good
phone.
one. It's a good one.
Screen.
Not gonna lie.
Phone screen.
That's good.
What do you have?
I have a light out.
Eddie, what do you have?
Check engine light.
Morgan, what do you have?
Cracked phone screen.
Who did
Dang,
you pick?
that's
Derek?
Eddie and Morgan.
No,
Eddie and Amy.
Wow, the two people he didn't pick got it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Idiot. How do you feel? How do you feel? I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Let me give him another chance
Okay,
here.
yeah.
That's such bad luck. I want to give him another chance. Amy's son, Stevenson, wanted to get a PlayStation 5, a PS5 from his mom, and they were going to work out a deal where he was like going to have manners and stuff. And I was like, well,
More than that, but yeah.
what if I just bought it and actually made him work? So I have it here. I bought it.
Oh.
It is here. And so I'm going to pass it over to Amy. I did talk to Stevenson, or he texted me, and he said he's going away like to camp or something.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
He says, here's my mom's social security number. No, I'm just kidding. He says, this is Stevenson. Mom told me about the PlayStation 5. I appreciate it. I'll leave for camp in the morning. I'm excited to start working it off. When I am back from camp, and also when I am with my mom, I can come and you can put me to work. Thank you. So I have some stuff that I'm going to have him do. I'm going to have him organize sports cards.
Oh.
But already the ones that are in cases so he doesn't bend the corners.
What's the method of organization?
Basketball, football, baseball. Easy. He can do that.
Perfect.
He's going to clean the pickleball court. Eddie and I built a pickleball court. Wink, wink. And then it should be fully ready to play on. All right, here's your question, and never going to get it. Most people deal with this within a week. But 13% of folks deal with it for a full year before they do something about it. Amy, how do you feel about yours?
I feel good. That's it.
Morgan, do you feel pretty good about yours?
Oh, yeah. So good because I have done this.
Eddie?
Yeah.
I 100% have
100?
the answer. 100%.
Lunchbox?
I guarantee I have the answer. Like, I nailed it.
Lunchbox, what'd you put?
Cracked phone.
That's
Cracked
a good
phone.
one. It's a good one.
Screen.
Not gonna lie.
Phone screen.
That's good.
What do you have?
I have a light out.
Eddie, what do you have?
Check engine light.
Morgan, what do you have?
Cracked phone screen.
Who did
Dang,
you pick?
that's
Derek?
Eddie and Morgan.
No,
Eddie and Amy.
Wow, the two people he didn't pick got it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Idiot. How do you feel? How do you feel? I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Let me give him another chance
Okay,
here.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
such bad luck. I want to give him another chance. Amy's son, Stevenson, wanted to get a PlayStation 5, a PS5 from his mom, and they were going to work out a deal where he was like going to have manners and stuff. And I was like, well,
More than that, but yeah.
what if I just bought it and actually made him work? So I have it here. I bought it.
Oh.
It is here. And so I'm going to pass it over to Amy. I did talk to Stevenson, or he texted me, and he said he's going away like to camp or something.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
He says, here's my mom's social security number. No, I'm just kidding. He says, this is Stevenson. Mom told me about the PlayStation 5. I appreciate it. I leave for camp in the morning. I'm excited to start working it off. When I am back from camp, and also when I am with my mom, I can come and you can put me to work. Thank you. So I have some stuff that I'm going to have him do. I'm going to have him organize sports cards.
Oh.
But already the ones that are in cases so he doesn't bend the corners.
What's the method of organization?
Basketball, football, baseball. Easy. He can do that.
Perfect.
He's going to clean the pickleball court. Eddie and I built a pickleball court, wink, wink, and then it should be fully ready to play on. All right, here's your question and never going to get it. Most people deal with this within a week. But 13% of folks deal with it for a full year before they do something about it. Amy, how do you feel about yours?
I feel good. That's it.
Morgan, do you feel pretty good about yours?
Oh, yeah. So good because I have done this.
Eddie?
Yeah.
I 100% have.
100?
100%.
Lunchbox?
I guarantee I have the answer. Like, I nailed it.
Lunchbox, what'd you put?
Cracked phone.
That's
Cracked
a good
phone.
one. It's a good one.
Screen.
Not gonna lie.
Phone screen.
That's good.
What do you have?
I have a light out.
Eddie, what do you have?
Check engine light.
Morgan, what do you have?
Cracked phone screen.
Who did
Dang,
you pick?
that's
Derek?
good.
Eddie and Morgan.
No,
Eddie and Amy.
Wow, the two people he didn't pick got it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Idiot. How do you feel? How do you feel? Idiot? I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
Let me give him another chance
Okay,
here.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
such bad luck. I want to give him another chance. I want to give him another chance. Amy's son, Stevenson, wanted to get a PlayStation 5, a PS5 from his mom, and they were going to work out a deal where he was like going to have manners and stuff. And I was like, well,
More than that, but yeah.
what if I just bought it and actually made him work? So I have it here. I bought it.
Oh.
It is here. And so I'm going to pass it over to Amy. I did talk to Stevenson, or he texted me, and he said he's going away like to camp or something.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
He says, here's my mom's social security number. No, I'm just kidding. He says, this is Stevenson. Mom told me about the PlayStation 5. I appreciate it. I leave for camp in the morning. I'm excited to start working it off. When I'm back from camp, and also when I am with my mom, I can come and you can put me to work. Thank you. So I have some stuff that I'm going to have him do. I'm going to have him organize sports cards.
Oh.
But already the ones that are in cases so he doesn't bend the corners.
What's the method of organization?
Basketball, football, baseball. Easy. He can do that.
Perfect.
He's going to...
Get your bones on, get your Bobby bones on. Bobby bones, yo.
Raymundo does something a little weird when it comes to celebrities. I think he gets obsessed. And obsessed in a healthy way is cool, but then it gets a little creepy, and I'm going to tell you a story. First of all, Raymundo has been obsessed with the following celebrities so much that he dresses like them. Number one, Kip Moore. He had that whole phase. Sam Hunt, which he like chased all around the country. Started like messaging Sam's brother, being like, can we be friends, like to get to Sam? And so he goes on a site where you can buy celebrity clothes. But you have to kind of pay a premium because they're celebrity clothes. And I love memorabilia. Don't get me wrong. Love memorabilia, old jerseys. But for Ray, he wants to be like the celebrity, so he tries to buy the clothes of the celebrity. Ray, who is the celebrity?
Well, it was just sweatshirt and caps of this celebrity. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was Johnny Manziel, the football player. Now he's a podcaster.
Johnny
He's doing
football,
very
yeah,
well.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
He's now dating Jose Canseco's daughter.
Josie Canseco, yeah, familiar, yeah. So he is your kind of style, that guy.
He was awesome when I was in college. He was the it guy.
Got it. When you were in college. So what drew you to buy his clothes?
It was unique, and he was the one that came out with the season.
No, he didn't create season. He may have used it and people knew it from him, but he didn't create season, like the season.
He was close, but he was the one that did that, and then he also did the money sign. When he scored a touchdown, money signs. It was awesome. And so then he came out with clothing that had the money signs, his number 2 that was turned into a money sign, and season.
Here's where it gets a little tricky, though, because Ray loves Johnny Manziel, wants to wear his stuff. What happened, Ray?
So I ordered the stuff from whatever company he was with and just never got it. Kind of just got ghosted. And so I realized, man, they didn't even send that. Looked at the tracking, went to the website itself. It was defunct. You really couldn't even contact the people.
Was it like a...
It was like a Zazzle, but
was it like a scam? Like it wasn't Manziel, but they set up a site and tricked everybody, or was it really with Manziel.
It was literally Manziel, but then the site just went out of business. But, I mean, anybody can just kind of, like, we're with Shop 4. We love them. We trust them. They're amazing. Whatever the one he went with was just terrible, went out of business, didn't send anybody any products, but I did get refunded.
I don't know that they didn't send, for the record. I have no idea if they sent anybody any products or refunded people. So this is just Ray saying stuff.
No, it's literally, I don't know the name of the company, or I would call them out, but they would only send it to people that complained. So I realized they never had sent the stuff, complained, got a refund months later.
Never got your clothes.
From that company. Then he started out
Oh, my God. Oh, yes. Okay, good.
Then he partnered with Mike Stud, and Mike Stud is the one that's with Stevenson Ranch. So it was like one of those where it was like a partnership deal. And they were legit. Finally got my sweatshirt of Johnny Manziel, and for whatever reason, they sent me 2 hats. They blessed me with an extra one, so I gave one to Pitts.
Okay, and are you wearing it today or anything?
No, I should have, though.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you like it? Like, do you like listen to this podcast? Who's your list of guys that you would love to spend like the afternoon with and like just hang out because they're the coolest? Give me your top 3.
I got top 3. Okay,
Go
I'll
ahead.
give you Johnny Manziel.
No, is he new number 1?
No, I have a new number 1.
Okay, so Johnny Manziel's at 3.
At 3. Number 2 is Bob Menery, the vulgar announcer.
Okay.
And now he's a gambler and he live streams all of it.
Who is he?
He does TikTok videos where he'll replace the commentators with like him being the commentator, but he makes them like over the top dirty, like
Got
curse
it.
words and stuff. That's your number 2?
But he hangs out with all the celebrities. He is with all the athletes, everybody.
But do you think that somebody's cool that hangs out with cool people? Because I
mean, he lives a crazy life. Like one day he's in Vegas, then he's in Nashville, then he's in Rio. I mean, he flies. Oh, you know what? I'm going to just pick up. He doesn't live anywhere. It's amazing.
So that to you, you would like to just hang out with celebrities the
I
whole
think
time.
for both of Ray
Yeah,
and
and he
that
came on our
sounds-
pod. He came on the Sore
Right.
Losers, and he was amazing. He had story after story after story, and I was like, "This dude."
Do you
is
believe them all?
What do you mean? He has picture proof. He's there. You see the videos.
Well, you have picture proof of you and Diddy, and you didn't do anything with Diddy.
Oh my gosh.
True or false?
Oh, he doesn't have.
I don't have anything with Diddy.
Yeah, you do. You do, but
I have
you
nothing
didn't. But you
with
didn't
Diddy.
do anything
He
with
burned
Diddy.
it.
No.
And I'm not. Again, I'm not saying what he says is true or not. I just wonder people that, Instagram Live, you show all that stuff. It's usually not exactly like that. I'm sure he's. I don't know anything about him. Could
I mean,
be-
he sits courtside.
Could be a
I mean,
great
all
dude.
the time.
cool.
Any NBA game, he's like, "Oh, courtside, boom, look at me."
One question. Let's take him out of it specifically. Do you think it's cool if your life was just hanging out with celebrities all the time?
Yes.
I think it's cool that he's a nomad. He doesn't have a house, and he's on a flight every single day.
Okay.
That sounds
That
exhausting.
sounds tiring. And then I don't want to
Lonely.
hang out with celebrities. I want to be like so successful. All my friends, I take all my friends to do stuff. Like I want to hang out with somebody. Then it's like I'm in debt to them. Like I don't think that's just me.
Okay, and that's his number 2. That's Ray's
That's
number
Ray's number 2. Got it. Ray number 1.
Number 1's a new guy. You guys probably haven't heard of
Sam
him.
Hunt's off the list. Does he
Yeah,
know this?
Sam has a family, kids. He lives in the country.
You trying to marry him?
So what?
Right, he's just not putting enough out on social media for me to be obsessed and infatuated with him
Go
anymore. Number 1 is a new guy, and Morgan saw him when she was in Vegas. It's John Sarasani. He used to be a football player. Now he's a business guy, and he's notorious for doing the 2,000% raise where you leave W-2 world and you make your own company. And he was at a steakhouse Morgan was at, and he's live streams his blackjack. I bought his manual on how to beat Vegas.
You bought his man.
And every day he does videos that just try to give people motivation. Like, hey, leave your W-2. Go out into the world, start your own company. And every day people say, I quit my job today because of you. So that's my number 1, John Sarasani.
Well, I'd like an update
Don't
on
know
these
enough about
people.
him. Yeah, I don't know enough about him to know if he's like a good follower or not.
Yeah, I don't know anything, but Ray said he has a manual on how to beat Vegas, like play blackjack. So Ray just went to Vegas and he
Oh,
read
that's
his book.
why you went?
But
But you
then
bought the book?
Well, I read the manual. I read it like 3 times.
and then he
you're
didn't play
rich.
blackjack.
I didn't play blackjack.
What the crap?
The manual was about money management. It wasn't specifically about blackjack. That is not why I bought the manual. But yes, he is a big blackjack player. I myself don't play blackjack, but I manage my money when I'm in Vegas.
So you're going to quit your W-2?
No, I just think he's funny and he's interesting and he's motivating.
Okay.
That's a good point, Amy. It's a good point.
I mean,
hey, dude, I never want you to leave. You're like
Ever.
my guy. You started as an intern. You've revolutionized our interns. You organized them. Nobody, I trust you with every part of my being when it comes to this place and how responsible you are. Dude, if you want to do it, no better time to leave than right now because you're not getting any younger.
How do you spell his name?
John Sarasota.
Sarani.
Like Florida?
That's what I think. Dude, you should quit.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't follow people to emulate their exact lives. I'm just
You try to buy Sam Hunt's clothes.
at the time, yeah.
And Johnny Manziel's. Okay, I got it. I'm just making sure. Are you thinking about leaving?
No. It's just, hey, if it's a guy that's retired and he gave a blueprint for how to be retired, I mean, why wouldn't you be motivated and follow the guy?
Do you ever track these folks and see like what they grew up with, how they grew up?
He grew up in Schaumburg, Illinois. He
Oh my
played
God, he knows
football.
everything about him.
He read his
That's
manual.
awesome. Good for you. Keep going. Like I'm saying, it's easy. He could have had the hardest life ever. Could have the easiest life ever. Don't know.
Well, and he's against Gen Pop. Everybody who just wants to be in Gen Pop when you go to the casino, he says, hey, you ask for the private tables. So in life.
Who has the money to do that? Does he come from money?
No, but he's bought businesses. He buys hotels now, and he's an investor. He does all this different stuff.
I just also feel like it's really risky to tell people to quit their secure job and go start whatever. And those are the people I want an update on. Anyone that's gone to him and said, hey, I quit my job and I've been doing this. Like, okay, where are we now with that? Because it's just not as simple.
That's a Gen Pop attitude.
Okay.
Oh no, you got labeled as Gen Pop,
You
and
know
that
what?
sucks.
Hey,
Enjoy your W2,
classic
Amy.
Gen Pop over there.
Ian.
Hey, she's gonna keep her W2, I bet.
She's not private room, man.
No, she ain't private room. Dang. What'd you guys find out over there?
I mean, he's got like 80,000 followers on Instagram.
That's cool. I'm sure he's great at what he does as far as like being an influencer or communicator. So you're getting no hate from me for that. I just think it's funny that Ray likes, like, this is his thing. Like alphas, or at least claim alphas that probably are representing a lifestyle that's not wholly accurate, because nobody represents their wholly accurate lifestyle on social media.
He does, though. He'll go to Vegas and he'll say when he loses money.
When I was in Vegas and I had posted like the steakhouse, Ray freaked out. He was like the next morning, he's like, Morgan, I know that guy. Like, that's my guy over there. I should have sent you over to go say hi to him. And I was like, who is this person? I just like took a panned video. I didn't recognize him whatsoever, but Ray was freaking out that I was in the same room as him.
Tell him what he did when you were there at that steakhouse.
He bought one of those like $1,000 steaks.
Yeah!
You'll see that video soon, I'm sure.
Ray, are you on his email blast? Because he's sending
Isn't
out
that-
a newsletter.
Don't you just do that sometimes to be seen doing it more than...
Yes.
She said he also had a birthday cake, too, because he was celebrating while he was there.
Did like a liger jump out of it? He's like, look how rich I am. I got a liger.
No, but it was like, there was definitely dancing girls.
Yeah, cool. I bet he could possibly be the greatest dude ever. No idea. And also, okay, just to kind of defend Ray a bit, we all have people in our specialized worlds of what we love on social media who we follow that we think if we saw them in real life, we'd be like, that's super cool, but they're not famous to anybody else but us because they're so specialized. You know, they're so niche. And Ray just likes people that say, quit your job and go to Vegas.
Chase your dreams.
Yeah, leave your
Dude,
W2.
I'll tell you what, Ray, I give you permission to quit.
Hey, John Sarasani, you motivated me. Now what?
Yes, that's it. Please help.
Oh, it's with a C. All right.
Yeah, okay, Ray, thank you for sharing that. Where are your Johnny Manziel stuff when we get back?
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see that. Maybe we get Johnny Manziel on the show one day. Would you like that?
He has a podcast, so I would imagine he wants to promote it.
No, I all that I know, I'm asking you a question that would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
But some of the stuff Johnny's not going to talk about. There's off-limits items. I would definitely believe that.
Okay, what's the point of that? Wait, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you adding there?
He's just had fallings out with people, and I mean, he used to be best friends with my other boy, Mike Stud, and they no longer talk.
Oh, no.
Mike Stud used to date Josie
okay,
Canseco.
guys, I could care less about the drama of
No, this
Mike
is
Stud.
intense.
I don't even
Yeah.
know Mike Stud.
And then Mike Stud, I guess, got spited by Manziel because now he's dating Josie Canseco from Mike Stud.
Oh.
Got to tell you, wouldn't have been one of my first 10,000 questions if I asked him in an interview.
But don't.
But don't. I will not. I put that on the list. Don't ask about Mike Stud. Okay. Thank you, Ray, for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Tell me something good.
Guy was driving on a back road and he came across something. Within a week. But 13% of folks deal with it for a full year before they do something about it. Amy, how do you feel about yours?
I feel good.